This is a true story about camouflage that did not try to hide anything. During the First World War, German U-boats made the sea terrifying for merchant shipping. A submarine did not need to sink every ship to change a war. It only needed to make the ocean feel unsafe enough to threaten supplies, food, fuel, and morale. Britain needed answers. One answer looked ridiculous. Paint the ships in wild black, white, blue, and grey patterns. Cover the hulls in broken stripes, jagged curves, false angles, and geometric blocks. Turn a steamship into something that looked less like a hidden vessel and more like a floating argument with good taste. This was Dazzle Camouflage. The key is that Dazzle was not meant to make a ship invisible. That would have been almost impossible on open water. Smoke, horizon lines, weather, and the sheer size of a vessel made true concealment unrealistic. The goal was stranger and smarter. Confuse the person aiming at it. Royal Museums Greenwich says Dazzle was developed by British artist Norman Wilkinson in 1917 in response to heavy losses suffered by British merchant ships from German U-boats. Smithsonian explains the principle clearly. Dazzle was designed to complicate targeting, not blend the ship into the sea. A U-boat commander had to estimate distance, speed, and direction before firing a torpedo. If those estimates were wrong, the torpedo could pass in front of the ship or behind it. Dazzle patterns tried to break up the silhouette, so the eye misread the bow, the stern, the angle of travel, or the vessel's actual course. In other words, the paint job was not saying, "You cannot see me." It was saying, "You can see me, but you may not understand what I am doing." Artists helped build the system. Ships were studied as shapes in motion. Models were painted. Patterns were tested from different angles. The same visual language that looked like modern art in a gallery became a wartime tool on the side of a hull. Edward Wadsworth, who served as an intelligence officer in the Royal Naval Volunteer Reserve, became closely associated with dazzle imagery. John Everett painted dazzle ships on the Thames in 1918. Royal Museums, Greenwich notes that Everett was drawn to these ships because their painted forms were so visually daring. That is part of why the story still hooks people. Dazzle looks too loud to be camouflage, but loud was the point. Did it work perfectly? That is harder. The war at sea involved convoys, escorts, intelligence, tactics, ship speed, weather, and luck. Dazzle alone did not solve the U-boat threat, but it captured a real wartime idea. When hiding is impossible, deception can still attack the enemy's judgment. By the end of the war, thousands of Allied and merchant vessels had worn dazzle patterns, and the style echoed afterward through art, design, fashion, and later military camouflage. The secret was never invisibility. It was uncertainty. A ship could be fully visible, painted in impossible stripes, and still make the person behind the periscope hesitate